Please take a look at this picture. You can zoom it. Now look at this particular picture. You can also zoom it. Now between these two pictures, which people do you think are taking their nation serious? Which people are taking their lives serious as a people? You will discover that it is actually these guys. No one wants to hear the word war or coup d'etat. These are not so wonderful things to hear, but we must understand that war is actually inherent in us. If you do not start it, I might start it. War is inherent in us. Now, watch where my point is going. The biblical injunction is, if a foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If the foundation be destroyed, foundation, structure, there is nothing the righteous can do in any nation that their foundation is destroyed. And speaking of foundation, any nation that cannot stand on truth, on truthful principles, that do not have any such as trust within themselves, cannot thrive, rather plunge into chaos. Now we have come to acknowledge and accept that our nation has tilted towards corrupt practices, and there are no such thing as truth and trust in the nation. And somehow those that are championing themselves to be at a place of righteousness, those that are speaking, those that are standing or portraying themselves to be the mouthpiece of God, are the ones making a fool of themselves in the highest esteem. It is embarrassing. Look at this. The degree with which we have plunged into corrupt practices in the continent of Africa, in Nigeria to be precise, I can guarantee you that it is only the military that can restore or reinstate discipline in these nations of Africa. It's not something that is wonderful to hear. You know, we may have watered down that scriptural injunction. I mean, those that are actually supposed to be speaking up for the decayed foundation of the nation are busy watering down that injunction of, if the foundation be destroyed, what shall the righteous do? Why are they watering it down? They are watering it down because they are now victims of what they criticize, in the sense that they are making it look like it is something approximating an individual life. If the foundation of your life is not in order, there is nothing you can make out of your existence. If the foundation of a family is not standing in order, there is nothing that family can make out of their existence. But pay attention to this. We are not actually suffering generational causes, but generational ignorance in the continent of Africa. So when you speak that it is about family foundation now, yes, I understand that the family is a microcosm of the entire society, but pay attention to this. We need to expand that injunction a little bit. We need to take that injunction to the national level, to the national or global scale, in the manner that if the foundation of a nation is destroyed, there is nothing anybody that is making claim of being righteous in that nation can do. Because what will happen is that those that are making claim of being righteous will try to build their own schools, but at the end of building the schools, they will use the curriculums given to them by the government to run the school and produce graduates that will come out with the same certifications that the government is giving, making everyone stupid, making everyone slaves in their mind. Now, I want you to understand this. If we are going to restore discipline, if we are going to restore order in these chaotic nations of Africa, there is likely going to be the need for us to tilt towards the military. Why am I making this strong case? You see, pain is a prerequisite to joy, and slavery is a prerequisite to freedom. So if we have accepted and understood these principles, it also necessitates we accept the pain that comes with these military regimes. I'm not trying to advocate for this, but our people said, do you understand what I'm saying now? Like, if, for example, the antelope learns how to, run effortlessly, you discover that the hunter will learn how to shoot sporadically. Are you getting the point now? So what I'm saying in essence is, what is going on in the continent of Africa? Military taking over some nations, could be the best possible way, because we need the discipline. We do need that discipline. We need to go through that pain. The chaos is getting out of hand, and too much chaos bets order. And if it will necessitate that Nigeria as a country will go in that same direction for order to be restored by reason of the depth of our corrupt practices, we are likely going to sing kumbaya. You never can tell.